everybody, it's Nicole. So today I wanted to tell you guys a story. And I was gonna tweet this, but that 10,000 character limit hasn't rolled in just about yet. So I wasn't about to sit there and post like 30 tweets because a lot of you would get really confused real fast. So I want to tell you guys a story of how I saved a cat the other day at like 3 a.m. And it's kind of like a crazy story, so I figured that it would just be a good YouTube video. So yeah, I'm just gonna get started. So a little over a month ago, my mom's friend, her house, they live like pretty close to me. Their whole house burnt down pretty much. They lost pretty much the entire house, one of the cars, like everything. Meanwhile, the only thing that came to my mind was like, oh my god, like, are her cats okay? So at first there wasn't really any word on the cats. I guess they couldn't find them at first, which was like, no, the cats, like no. So apparently they were found. Somebody was taking care of them because obviously where they had to move to like wait for their house situation to be fixed, they weren't allowed to keep the cats. So until their whole entire situation was taken care of, we agreed that we would take the cats and give them a place to stay and just take care of them. So my brother's friend, which is the woman's son, came over with the cats, and there was two of them, right? And one of the cats just so happened to climb out of the crate, and it was like a dog crate, like not even a cat carrier. So the cat got out and just ran. I think my brother and his friend tried to find it and no luck, and I don't know, the kid just like barely even looked for it. The next day, the other cat was like down here, petrified, traumatized, because it was just like in a house fire and doesn't know what's going on anymore. It was like hiding under my treadmill in my basement. So I like picked it up. It's like the sweetest cat ever. Lets me hold her and like pet her, and she was purring and just so sweet. She's actually better than my cats, which is pretty sad. My mom's friend comes over, gets like all new stuff, all new beds and toys and cat litter and food and like food trays and everything. And her son never told her that he lost the cat. So we had to like break the news to her, and we were like, oh, like, you're missing a cat. And she was like, oh no, I hope it's not Whitey. And like, my mom's like, well, the cat that's in the basement is black, so it might be Whitey. And she's like, no, Whitey is black. I don't know, guys, like, whatever. Basically, she was really upset about it. She was like, that's my favorite cat. And she was just like really, really upset that Whitey was gone. And it, obviously, like, I'm a serious cat lady, so I was like so sad because I'm like, now this cat is out in the freezing cold, like doesn't know where it is, doesn't know where to get food, and it was just really sad. A couple times, like, she drove around the neighborhood, we're like, maybe like she found her way back to your old house and all that, but that's like a couple miles away, so I don't know if a cat would know like how to get there, but crazier things have happened. No one could find the cat. It was nowhere to be seen. There was signs put up around my neighborhood and like the area that I live in, and nobody saw the cat. Nobody called, and we're just kind of like giving up, I guess. And we did leave food outside for it, thinking that maybe it would smell the food and it would come back. 2 weeks went by. The food was there. Nobody touched it. Then one day, all of a sudden, the food was gone. And we're like, oh my god, like the food's gone. And my area doesn't really have a lot of stray cats at all. I have seen like one or two, but they're really like the neighbors' cats, and they just like go outside. So my brother actually set up like a camera that was facing outside, and that way it would catch whoever was out there. Like the next day, he Snapchats me a video of a black cat, and it was going up near my door to go eat the food. Now this woman's cat was black, and she said it had a white chest, and that's why she called it Whitey. We couldn't really get like a clear image of the cat, so we weren't 100% sure if it was the cat. So while I was in Florida, this all happened. So we came back and we set up, we noticed that the food kept going missing around a certain time. My mom kind of set up this like cage thing, and we were like literally like stalking this cat, staring at the window, waiting for it. Our plan was like we tied like a shoelace to the door of the crate, and like once the cat came in to get the food, we were gonna close the door, yank it shut, and then the cat would be trapped in there, and we would get it and see if it was Whitey. Finally, after all day, we see the cat in the driveway, and then she like ran away. Didn't come back for another like 2 hours. She came back, went in the cage, went to go eat. My mom pulled the string. Before that even the door closed, the cat heard like the shoelace being rubbed against like the window and ran for its life. Ah. But we did see it, and we're pretty sure this is Whitey. That same night, I had a dream that it was Whitey. So we were all like, this is definitely the cat. Mind you, it's already been a month at this point that this cat has been gone. So, you know, it's pretty crazy that like out of nowhere the cat just found its way back to my house. So basically the next day I was like, Mom, I think I know somebody that has a cat trap. So this woman that I used to work with, in fact, has a cat trap, and I went to go pick it up, and that way we didn't have to like sit out the window and like wait for this cat and like watch her every move to make sure the cat doesn't see us and run away. So with the cat trap it was a lot easier. So I get the cat trap, I set it all up with food and everything. And around this, like, the cat was coming the same time every day, like 6:30, 7:30, around that time. For some reason that day, the cat never came at that time. She decided to come a lot later. My mom did see her lurking around like 11 p.m., but she never came to get the food, so it was weird. I was like, maybe she knows it's a trap and she's not gonna go, I don't know. So I went to bed at like 2 a.m. that night, and I checked before I went to bed, there was no cat. And I was like, this is really sad because I really want to get the cat, and I was really hoping that it was Whitey. So then I go to sleep, and my mom wakes me up at 3 a.m. and she was like, oh my god, I got the cat. I think I just like went back to sleep because I was tired, but then at 5 a.m. I heard the cat meowing, so I got up, I looked at her, and you could tell that this wasn't any like stray cat. She's so friendly. The second you started petting her, she was purring. It was like she knew that like she was safe and like in a home again. We looked at her and we're like, this is definitely Whitey, like a small female black cat with a white patch. Like, it has to be her. I brought her in my room with me, and like the second she was on my bed, she was like making herself like right at home, like laying on my pillow like a princess, like all out, like legs sprawled out. It was so cute. And then I woke up in the morning and she was under my bed sleeping, but the whole time she was sleeping she was purring. So I assume that means she was pretty content and like comfortable. Hopefully that's what that means. Then the owner came back and verified that it was her cat, and I don't know, it just makes me happy knowing that a lost cat has been returned to its owner, because when I was younger, one of my cats got lost and I never saw her again, and till this day it still bothers me. So I'll be right back. I'm going to get Whitey. So guys, this is Whitey. She don't look white at all. But she's okay. So as you guys just saw, that was Whitey. She's still a little like scared and everything, but she is such a mush. She's so cute. And we reunited her with her sister. Like, they were literally born together in the same litter. And her sister's upstairs in her like a fortress she made, and this one's down here now hiding under the treadmill. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button if you're an animal lover like myself, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. In 2015, I had a lot of new experiences, and I accomplished a lot of the goals that I set out for myself to do.